Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's try to make sure this works. Try again. Shabbat Shalom. It's good?
Shabbat Shalom.
Can you hear? Yes or not? I want to make sure. So it's a privilege to be here with all of you this evening. Many of you I already met. Many of you I haven't met yet. I'm Uriel Romano. I'm the senior rabbi of Broward Central Synagogue. And it's beautiful to be together with all of you this evening. And together with me is Rabbi and Cantor Gaston Bogomolny. So we are going to celebrate Shabbat with all of you and with everybody watching from their home, from this beautiful sanctuary from Temple Beth Orr, part of Broward Central Synagogue this evening. And we are going to start our Kabbalat Shabbat, our evening service on page 128, 128 of our prayer books. In the middle of the page, I see Rabbi Gaston looking for something.
For a Siddur.
For a Siddur. Okay, you can use mine for now. Okay, good.
Usually up on the bima, there are like plenty of Siddurim around.
On page 128 of our prayer books, every Friday night we have different metaphors how to understand the Shabbat. One is the Kala, one is the bride, one is the Malka, one is the queen, and the other one is Yedid Nefesh, a friend of our soul, like a good friend that we miss every day of the week and we are eager to embrace again every Friday night. In the middle of page 128, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh, Abba Rachaman. Yedid Nefesh, Abba Rachaman. Beshochav Decha. רצונך משוכבדך ירה ללילה אליי אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו היין ישתחווה
Before we light the Shabbat candles to mark the beginning in our sanctuary and in our homes of this Shabbat, because starting Sunday night we are going to light the Hanukkah lights. Next Shabbat we will have the challenge that we have every Shabbat that falls into the week of Hanukkah. What do we light before? The Hanukkah candles or the Shabbat candles? Very good. The Hanukkah candles and then the Shabbat candles. But then let's say we don't have enough resources, enough money to have Hanukkah candles and Shabbat candles. Let's say we don't have the means and the possibilities that so many of us are blessed. We need to choose between Shabbat candles and Hanukkah candles. We do the Shabbat candles. And why?
Because we have 7 nights of Hanukkah.
What? The most important holiday is Shabbat. Very good. But the reason is because what's the reason of lighting each one of these lights? The reason of Hanukkah is Pirsum Hanes, to share the miracle, to share the light with others. And it's very good. But before you're able to share the miracle with others, you need to make sure that there's shalom bayit, that there's peace in your house. We light the Shabbat candles near our table so we can see each other during Shabbat. And we light the Shabbat candles in the window. So we cannot show to the world something if there's no light, if there's no peace inside our homes. May we never have to be faced into the situation to choose between Shabbat candles and Hanukkah candles. But now we know. Even though that we light first Hanukkah candles and then Shabbat candles, the Shabbat candles are much more important because they bring peace and light to the house. And when we have that, then we can share the light near the window with others. At this moment, I will invite the Reynolds family to please have the honor to come and light the Shabbat candles this evening. Please rise. And let us all share with them the blessing together. Mm-hmm. It's good not to have smokers in the house.
There is coming. Matches are coming.
Amen.
להדליק נר של שבת.
We may be seated. Starting on page 130, there are 6 psalms, 6 songs, one for each day of the creation, to review our week before we can receive the Shabbat in our souls. Page 130, for the first day of creation, Lehu Nena La Adonai.
Lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena l'Adonai. Lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena l'Adonai. Naria, naria letzori sheinu, nekadma fanav betodah. Letzori sheino bismirot naria lo. Lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena l'Adonai. Lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena, lehu nera nena l'Adonai.
And it was evening and it was morning of the second day of the creation. In the middle of page 131 is Mechu HaShamayim Betagel HaAretz.
Ismechu HaShamayim, Ismechu HaShamayim, Ismechu HaShamayim Betagel HaAretz. Ismechu HaShamayim, Ismechu HaShamayim Betagel HaAretz. Together, Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Yiramayam Umlo.
Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. Celebrating the third day of the creation, the last verse of page 132, Or Zarua, La Tzadik.
Or Zarua, La Tzadiko, Li Shelev Simcha. Or Zarua, La Tzadiko, Li Shelev Simcha. Simcho Tzadikim Adonai, 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 Behodo, Lesecher Kosho, Lesecher Kosho. Hosaroa, Latzadiko, Lishelev, Simecha.
Mizmor Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Ki Niflahot Asa. A psalm, sing to God a new song, for God has worked wonders in our lives. Celebrating the fourth day of the creation on page 134, Zambru.
Zambru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor bekol zimra, בחצוצרות בקול שופר. היו לפני המלך אדוני, ידהם הים ומלואו, לבל ויושבי בר. האדון יבקע וכף לחץ, ירים ירננו.
Vayerev vayivoker Yom Chamishi, and it was evening and it was morning of the fifth day of the creation. We are on Psalm 99 at the bottom of page 135 with Romemu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדושו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדושו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו בו. קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדושו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדושו. כי קדוש אדוני קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
On page 136, we find Psalm 29, the last one of the Psalms that precede the reception of the Shabbat. Is the Psalm that celebrates the sixth and last day of the creation. And when you see young kids, they are all between 6, 7 these days. Right, Molly? So 6, 7 has an answer in the Talmud. It's about the question, in how many days God created the world. Some rabbis will say 6, some rabbis will say 7.
No 8?
Not 8.
Oh.
8 is for us, human beings. The ones who say 6, it says, that's what it says in the Torah. The first day, he separated from darkness to light until the last moment of creation. At the last moment of the creation, he created us, human beings. Everything in 6 days. And day number 7, what did God do? Rested, did Shabbat. But in the Talmud says no. Even though that God did not create something physically, that we can touch, that we can touch with our hands, the 7 days God created the idea of rest and the idea of peace. Everything that we can touch with our hands was created on 6 days. But on the 7th day, it was truly the culmination and the sea of creation. When God gave us the possibility to rest, to enjoy, and to do Shabbat. So let's celebrate the 6th day of the creation, when we are all invited to be part of this world, together with Adam and Eve. On page 136, Mismor LeDavid.
מזמור לדוד. הבול אדוני בעיני אלים, הבול אדוני כבוד בעוז, הבול אדוני אבול שמו ישתחוו לאדוני באדמת קודש. כל אדוני על המים, אל הכבוד ירים אדוני על מים רבים. הלאי לאי 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 אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום, את עמו בשלום. We have a message.
May Adonai grant strength to God's people. May Adonai bestow on his people peace. Shalom. On page 138, if when we light the Shabbat candles, we receive Shabbat in our homes, in our souls. When we sing the Lecha Dodi, we receive Shabbat as part of a bigger family, of the community of the people of Israel. Let's go to the encounter of the Shabbat with Lecha Dodi on page 138.
Lecha lecha dodi likra likrat kala bnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likrat kala bnei Shabbat nekabela. La la lecha lecha dodi likra likrat kala bnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likra likrat kala bnei Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת לך לך דודי לקרא לקראת כלה בני שבת לקבלה. לך לך דודי לקרא לקראת כלה בני שבת לקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו בנלכה עם מקור הברכה, בראש מקדם נצוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לה לה לך לך דודי לקרא לקראת כלה בני שבת לקבלה. לך לך דודי לקרא לקראת כלה בני שבת לקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, וקום מצאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שווה ומקבחה, והוא יחמול עלייכם. לה 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 לך לך
פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי
בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise and let us face the entrance of our Beit HaKnesset and our homes to receive the Shabbat, to receive Shabbat this week with all the blessings, with the blessing of healing, with the blessing of family, with the blessing of freedom, with the blessing of resilience, and with the blessing of peace.
בואי בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לה 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 לך לך אותי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לך לך אותי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה. לה לה לך לך
לקראת קלה,
ונפני שבת נקבלה. לה לה לך לך אותי לקראת קלה, ונפני שבת נקבלה.
we may be seated. Now that the Shabbat is with us, now that the Queen of the Jewish people is with us, we always have a special song for the Shabbat, the Queen, our bride, our beloved one. On page 140, a psalm, a song for this day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, עלי יסוד בלילה, ולעלי היגיון שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. So we know that Hanukkah arrives, right? And I was thinking about the name of this, the temple Beth Orr. Everyone knows what it means, right? What it means? So for Hanukkah, you probably have like a blast here, right? So Hanukkah arrives each year, as we all know. And, but it's a quiet invitation that we have. It's not just little, it's a very, very important invitation, which is to bring more light into the world. But before we can even think about illuminating anyone else's darkness, we must first rediscover something very essential, which is something many of us love to track off in the rush of life, which is in our pain, in our history, or in the noise of our own thoughts. We cannot be light for others until we reconnect with the light within ourselves. So the story of the small, untouched flask of oil is more than a miracle of survival. It is a mirror of our own neshama, our own soul. Each of us carries a point of light that remains pure, even when everything around it feels shattered, dim, or even uncertain. But often that light becomes hidden under layers: obligation, overwhelmed, inherited patterns, self-doubt, disappointment, grief, or simply forgetting who we are. Sometimes we have been disconnected from our own inner light for so long, that we don't even know where to begin looking. We start to identify with our wounds, our mistakes, our family stories, or the voices that have shaped us. Yet, the beautiful Hanukkah whispers a deeper truth. Your light is still there. Even when you can't feel it, your essence was never extinguished. It is waiting to be remembered. Bring light for others does not mean self-sacrifice of burning. It means something far more sacred, which is shining from a place of authenticity, wholeness, and presence. When we rediscover our own light, when we return to whom and to who we are beneath the pain and beyond the roles we play, then we illuminate others naturally, not from effort, but from being, not from duty, but from real truth. We don't do it from pressure, we do it from love. That is why Hanukkah is not only just a festival of light, but a spiritual map back to ourselves. That's why we do all the work that we do on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, until Simchat Torah, of forgiveness. So each candle we kindle, ask silently, what part of me is ready to shine again? What inner space needs rededication? What piece of my light has survived even when I forgot it existed? And this is where the song that I'm about to sing and you're about to hear becomes more than a melody. It becomes a prayer. Before we can shine outward, we must whisper inward. This song is written by India Ari Simpson. It's called I Am Light. And the refrain and the chorus you can all sing, and I know you're a singing congregation, so I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. Try with me. I am light, I am light. Again. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the broken inside. I am light. 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 I am not the mistakes that I have made or any other things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light, I am light, I am light. Together. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the colors of my eyes. I am not the skin of the outside. I'm not my age. I'm not my race. My soul inside is all I am. Feel how your flame inside is coming up and shining the room because your light is unique, your soul is unique, your energy is unique, your neshama is unique because you are unique in this world, making part of this beautiful puzzle. I am divinity divine. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. I am light. Believe it because you are light. I am 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 light.
Please rise. To mark the beginning of our evening service of this Shabbat on page 144 with Hatzi Kaddish.
יתקדל ויתקדש שם רבה, ועל מה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ועמדו אמן. יהי שמרה ומבורך לעולם לעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי קודשיו אלא מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה בנחמתה דמירם ועלמה ואמרו אמן.
We remain standing on page 146 to become one community praying together with the Baruch.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Can you listen to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Aharecho et Adonai Amevorah. Baruch Adonai Amevorah. Leolam vaed. Leolam
We may be seated. We now, as we prepare ourselves with all the psalms to receive the Shabbat, we prepare with some blessings in order to be able to pronounce the Shema Israel in a few moments. Please join me on page 148 with the first one of the two blessings that precede the Shema Israel, the Ma'arib Arabim, acknowledging the passing of time in our lives. Please join me in Hebrew, word by word. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher ba'al ma'arabim arabim, bechokma poteach shearim, ובתבונה משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום בלילה גולל אור מפני חושך, בחושך מפני אור. ומבדיל יום ומי בלילה ומבדיל בין יום ובלילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים. Amen. The second one of the blessings could be found on page 150. And it's the blessing of love. And each one of us has different ways to show love to others. And the way that God found to show love to his people is by teaching us the Torah as a book of life and the mitzvot as a guide to live our lives. Please join me in the middle of the page in English. Everlasting love, you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and do lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo, Israel. Please rise as we close our eyes. So together with the entire Jewish people across time and space, we can declare the unity of God and his creation with the Shema Israel this evening of Shabbat. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך בהיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך על יום לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על משושות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם On page 157, as we prepare for the Micha Mocha, for the song of freedom and redemption, please join me in the middle of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way, inspired by prophets and instructed by sages. Time and again we overcome oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages. Your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 158. Micha Mocha.
Yada lai 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 yada lai 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 Yada lai 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 lai. Yada lai 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 yada lai lai lai. Lai 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 lai. Mi kamocha bailim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedan b'kodesh Torah. Leilot osef ele osef ele. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע לפני משה ומרים. ידה לי 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 ידה לי 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 ידה לי 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 ידה לי 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 ידה לי 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 ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. The last one of the blessings that follows the Shema Israel every night is Ashkiveinu. On page 160 of our prayer books of our Sidurim, we ask God to protect us in times of darkness at the beginning of the night. And we ask God that we can wake up tomorrow with life renewed, with good energy, and for life. Ashkiveinu on page 160.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, spread over us the shelter of your peace. Betakneinu betzat tova milfanecha, guide us with your good counsel for your name's sake, be our help. Be'agen be'adeinu be'aser me'aleinu, yevde be'bechere be'raha be'yagon. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wing. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Ushmor tzeiteinu bo'einu, guard our coming and going, lechaim uleshalom, for life and peace evermore.
ברוך אתה אדוני
הפורה סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, בעל ירושלים.
Amen.
On page 162, V'shambru v'nei Israel et Shabbat, and the people of Israel shall keep the Shabbat throughout the generations.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
Please rise. This is the moment of the Amidah. We are going to put our bodies towards the ark, towards Medinat Israel. Molly is going to lead us for the first blessings of the Amidah, and then we have some moment to continue our prayers in silence.
Adonai sifatatifta ufi agita ilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezoher Haseavot v'Imahot, Umivigula livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo b'Ahava, Mela Ozer Moshiach U'Magem, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mehayeh hakol atav rav lehushia, Mashiv harua u'marid hagashem, Mechakel hayim behesed, Mehageh hakol berak ramim rabim, Someth noflim verafeh holim, Umatir asirim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Mihamo habal gevuro, Umido mehela, Melemimit umehayem, Umatmiya Yeshua, Venemanata lahayotako, Baruch atah Adonai, Mehayeh hakol, Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukedoshim b'chol yam kalu asela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh.
At this moment, we are going to elevate our prayers for those in need of healing with the Mishaberach, Tacholim. This Shabbat we ask Refuah Shleima, a complete recovery in body and in soul for Paul Aronson, David Appel, Judy Aberbuch, Abraham Ben Roysa, Shlomo Betzalel Ben Abraham, Ethan Campbell, Stuart Cartoon, Sandra Chesler, Brian Closehy, and Randy Closehy, Jay Crystal, Terry Darmody, Roy Sabat Shmuel Uvatsheva, Carol Fendel and Lionel Fendel, Sandra Friedland and Char Friedman, Rachel Galazan, Dina Grossman and Harry Grossman, Tracy Janetta, Alma Kalish, Bonnie Kos, Marion Kostrinsky, Howard Longin, Mark Merberg, Lila Nelson, Miriam Mendelssohn, Andrea Perez, Harry Radin, Bob Reinis, Arnold Raymer, Joyce Rosenblatt, Rosalie Saltiel, Lucy Samuels, Bobby Sherman, Katie Weinstock, and Lori Weinstock. For them, the Misheberach Lacholim.
Misheberach Avotei Mekor Abracha Leimotei. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our life a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imoteinu Mekor Abraham Laboteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. And I want to share something about our upcoming holiday. As soon as we finish Shabbat, we have a couple of hours, and Sunday night, I'm sure that most of us already know where to be, with whom to be, and what to do to celebrate Hanukkah. And there's many holidays in the Jewish tradition. Many, many, many holidays. Sometimes too many holidays. But the Talmud never asks, what is Pesach? What is Rosh Hashanah? What is Yom Kippur? What is Purim? What is Sukkot? You never find that question in the Talmud. Apparently it's obvious for the rabbis of the Talmud 1700 years ago, what is Pesach? What is Rosh Hashanah? What is Yom Kippur? What is Purim? And so on. There's only one holiday that the rabbis ask, what is this? My Hanukkah. What is Hanukkah? And believe me, 2,711 pages of the Talmud discuss almost everything that has to do with the Jewish life. All the holidays that we can think, the ones that we know and the ones that we never hear about. And there's some of those. Like Yom Nicanor, the day of Nicanor. Have you ever heard and celebrated that? It was there. But they never even ask, what is this? No, they know. Only one holiday the rabbis in the Talmud ask, my Hanukkah. And some of you could think it's in an innocent question, but it's not. Because the definition of Hanukkah has always been in tension. For the rabbis of the Talmud in the 3rd century of the Common Era, it's obvious. My Hanukkah, what is Hanukkah? They answer, is the story when we celebrate the miracle of the oil. That the Maccabees entered the temple, they saw that there was only one jar of kosher oil that was supposed to last for 1 day and lasted for That is Hanukkah, is the answer of the Talmud. But it's not an innocent question. And it's the first time in history when we hear that. Because the first accounts that we have about the story of Hanukkah and the history of Hanukkah, a couple of decades after the events, they do not mention any miracle whatsoever. There's no oil involved. There's no menorah involved. There's no miracles. There's nothing about that. When you read in the book of Maccabees, what are they celebrating on Hanukkah? They say the 25th of Kislev. There's a celebration of 8 days because they couldn't celebrate Sukkot as it should. Sukkot is the only other holiday in the Jewish tradition that has 8 days. That is the last holiday that we celebrated. It seems 1,000,000 years ago. It was only like 9 weeks ago. And because in the time of the Maccabees they were unable to celebrate Sukkot because they didn't have the temple, as soon as they reconquered the temple and they cleaned the temple a little bit, they wanted to celebrate Sukkot. And to say to the Jewish people, from now on, the 25th of Kislev, all the Jewish people around the world need to celebrate this holiday. Not because of a miracle, there's no miracles. Is to celebrate a new dynasty of leaders, of kings in the Jewish people as the Maccabees. So they sent letters to the Jewish community in Egypt. There were no Jews in the US back then. They sent letters to the Jewish people around the world, says the 25th of Kislev. Remember that as the Maccabees expelled the Greeks, we won once again our land, and now we are the new royalty of our people. From now on, every year, for 8 days, remember what happened. So why do the rabbis, 4 centuries after the events, tell us what is Hanukkah? It's not the defeat of the Greeks in the hands of the Maccabees. It's not that we celebrate the heroism of Matityahu, Yehuda, and all the Maccabees. We do not even celebrate winning a war. We just celebrate the miracle of oil. So when the rabbis ask, what is Hanukkah? They know why they ask. They don't want to give to the Jewish people in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th century of the Common Era. They say you shouldn't be like the Maccabees. The last time that we tried to be like the Maccabees, in the times of Bar Kokhba, in the year 132 after the Common Era, when they thought, oh, we are the Maccabees again and we can expel the Romans from our land, we were annihilated. We were killed by dozens and hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands. And we lost a lot of us. So the rabbis think it's not a good idea to commemorate a military victory and expelling a government from our land. Because maybe other Jews will be inspired by that story, like Rabbi Akiva and Bar Kokhba a few generations ago, and they will try to do the same again. No, that's not how we are going to operate as Jews in the diaspora any longer. So let us not remember the military victory. Let us remember what? The miracle of oil. And for almost 1,800 years, Hanukkah has always been a minor holiday. There was not too many rituals except lighting the Chanukiah. There were not too many songs, too many food involved the holiday. There were no complex ideas and books written by the rabbis like they are for many, many books. But Hanukkah changed in the last 100 years. If I would be giving this Dvar Torah, this sermon 125 years ago, that was the 2 Hanukkahs that they existed. The Hanukkah of the book of Maccabees, that remember the political and military victory of the Maccabees in the hands of human beings, and the Hanukkah of the Talmud, that remember God's miracle of oil and no more. But 125 years ago, something changed in two places, in Israel and in the US. So we have other answers to the questions, my Hanukkah. What is Hanukkah? In Israel, early Zionist leaders in the kibbutzim and the halutzim, the pioneers, says Hanukkah shouldn't be a secondary holiday. It should be the main holiday of the Jewish people. Forget about Yom Kippur and praying all day long saying, God, God, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Forget about Shabbat and resting. Now it's time to work the land. Remember, 140 years ago, early Zionist says our holiday, the main holiday of our people now should be Hanukkah. Why? Because it's all about what we are trying to do. We are not just the Jews praying in synagogues or learning in the Beit Midrash. We are powerful Jews, muscular Jews they call it. We are the Maccabees. We are the modern Maccabees. So instead of remembering Rabbi Akiva, Maimonides, Rashi, that they didn't do anything to win again our land, let's remember the holy Maccabees. And let us forget about the miracle of oil. Let us do what the Maccabees did. They did not wait for the Messiah to come to expel the Greeks. So we don't have to wait to expel the Ottomans or the British people and recover our land. We need to be like the Maccabees. What did the Maccabees do? They were strong. They fight. They did not wait for miracles. They went to war. To do what? To reclaim the land of Israel to the Jewish people. But in the other corner of the world, here in America, Hanukkah had another meaning. 100 years ago, most of American Jews were not Zionists. They thought that the Golden Medina, the Golden Land, the Promised Land was here in America. And what is Hanukkah? The Jewish Christmas. And we need to compete. It was the first time in the world that we didn't need to be ashamed to be Jews or to be afraid of what we are. So if Christians put a Christmas tree in the malls and in the streets, we have our Hanukkah. And if they have many Christmas songs for kids, we need to have our Hanukkah songs for kids. If they gave one present to their kids, we are better. We give 8. Because maybe this is not the promised land, but it's the promised land of consuming. So your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents rename the purpose of what does it mean Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the symbol that Jews in America can be proud of being Jews together with other religions and other people. They have the Christmas tree, we have our Hanukkah menorah. We are not going to hide our identity any longer. We are going to be proud of what we are. So the rabbis 1800 years ago in the Talmud asked, "My Hanukkah." What is Hanukkah? Their answer, we remember the miracle of the oil. The answer of the book of Maccabees was, we remember and celebrate a new dynasty of heroes in the Jewish tradition, the Maccabees. The Zionist answer of what is Hanukkah is the holiday when we celebrate that we can be like those Maccabees, that we can be strong Jews again and free our land with our own hands without waiting for any miracle. And what is Hanukkah here in America? The holiday that we celebrate proudly, shining and outdoors, that we are proud Jews and we like to give gifts to each other. Not 1, but 8. Because we like to consume. We like Amazon packages to get to our door day after day. And we like to celebrate like our Christian neighbors do. Hanukkah could have a lot of meanings depending on the time and the context and the place. But we all do something. Doesn't matter what you think Hanukkah is and what is you're celebrating. Hanukkah, we celebrate it by lighting more light and adding more light each one of the days and sharing that moment with our family across time and generation. So maybe when 100 years, my Hanukkah, when we ask the question, what is Hanukkah? Maybe the answer will be different. But I'm sure whatever the answer is, our descendants and the descendants of our descendants will continue to bring light in their Hanukkahs. Shabbat Shalom. And at this time, I invite Arlene and Rob to open the ark for Aleinu. Yes, it's good. Sorry, Michael Nelkin. My bad. Please rise. Page 586 for Aleinu Leshabeach, and we invite Michael Nelkin to open the ark. ¿Qué? Por el calor. ¿No las ponías en el freezer?
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות, שלא שם חלקנו כהם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing on page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish to honor and remember our loved ones who passed away at this time of the year. We're going to say Kaddish this evening in the memory of Jack Lerea, Myron Siegel, Mayer Bergman, Kenneth Ingber, Florence Rubin, Adrienne Blunstein, Irving Filkenstein, Birdman Raff, Beatrice Frey, Leon Friedman, Franz Glantz Menken, Chester Cooperman, and Jeffrey Marks. In their memory, together with all the mournings among us, the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל בהתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
בעלמא דיברה חירותה, בהמליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון, וחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב באמרו, אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה בשירתה, תושבחתה בנחמתה, תמירם עלמה באמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, בחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. We may be seated. And now we invite for the announcements, Rob, our Gabbai, this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. Yes, I'm Rob Bomel, and I want to thank Rabbi Uri and Rabbi Cantor Gaston for an inspiring service, an elevating service, And I want to thank Xavier, for his tech skills. And I am here to give you some announcements. So, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, we have a Torah discussion with Rabbi Schneiderman on Zoom. And Tuesday, December 16th, we have Tanakh here at TBO from 11 to 12. And then Wednesday, December 17th, Rabbi Cantor Mark is here with contemporary Jewish issues from 10:30 to 11:30. Also coming up, we've got on Thursday, December 18th, we've got vodka and latkes at TKAE, and there is transportation being offered. So if you want to do the latkes at TKAE, please make reservations, and they will provide that transportation. Friday, December 19th, next Friday night, is going to be a Hanukkah celebration here with a adult choir and a children's choir. So there's going to be a lot of music here. I see Robin nodding her head in back. Lots of music. That's going to be great. And Sunday, December 21st, the Sisterhood is having a bunko and latke Hanukkah party. I got to get that right, because I've heard bunko is really an easy and fun game. So that's what's coming up. And then I want to jump ahead just for one other event that's coming up of note. On Sunday, January 25th, we're going to have an event called Our Next Guest. And my understanding of the event, which may be a little bit, of my own image, but what I understand is that there's going to be an interview of Rabbi Ori with the notion of getting to know him. And then after the interview is completed, there'll be a town hall where everybody will have a chance to ask questions, and then there'll be food. So it could be, that could be very illuminating. There is a concern that we want to share with the congregation about the Rabbi Mark Gross food closet. It seems like the hard times have hit Coral Springs just like everybody else, and there is a growing need for food and contributions from the congregation. So the congregation is asking that as part of your Shabbat ritual, you think about bringing some contributions to the food closet. And there is a chest right outside the front door where you can leave them. And so, now that you've tolerated all of my announcements, I have to say, Happy Hanukkah!
So, because it's Hanukkah, this Sunday night, let's try it. Maybe it will work, maybe not. But if it doesn't work, we do not tell anybody. Please go to page 625 to conclude the service before Kiddush and Amotzi and to go and enjoy a beautiful Shabbat at dinner. Let's conclude with Adon Olam with the tune and the melody of Mao Tzur. So we practice the Adon Olam with the melody that we will be singing this Sunday night when we light our our Hanukkah candles, page 625, Adon Olam with the melody of Mao Tzur.
You ready? You think we can do it together? You think you can put like this hand doing this and the other one this? Yeah, I think we can do it, right? Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yetzir nibra לעת עשה
וחפצו כל
עשי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל
לבדו ימנוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה.
והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד
בין שני להמשילו להכירה,
בלי ראשית בלי תחתית, ולא העוז והפריצה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצורתם לי בצרה,
והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ליום אקרא.
והוא ניסי ומנוס לי,
מנת כוסי ביום אקרא.
בידו
הפקיר רוחי ועת ישן מהעירה.
ויהי ברוכי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא ידע.
יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי. Please rise for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho b'achava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereishit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra et kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki banu v'charta v'otanu kidashta michohamim v'shabbat kadshecha b'achava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Let's help all the kids with the motzi to conclude the praise.
Motzi lechem min haaretz, I give thanks to
Rising song together as a joyful praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam המוציא לחם
שבת שלום, חג שמח.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.